This is the Elka Wilgamat 3, and this one I modified back in 2005, and it's basically it's a drum machine built in 1982 or so by the company Elka, and it had a keyboard interface, and then I modified it with a Casio CT310 keyboard and basically just rewired the switch matrix, made it so it would ground to a common bus, and that's how all the arpeggios and bass arrangements and everything get played on here. That's with just the drums. That's a little disco. And there's even a little fill-in that I added. So this one I did a long time ago. This is it with the top open. I also added another circuit that it's a divider for the clock output. I just needed it for something specific. So this is the one that I just finished that was commissioned, and it is also a Wilgamat 3, and they wanted the same thing that I did with the keyboard and everything, but they didn't want the all-in-one enclosed. So basically I cut this out with a CNC machine, and it does the same thing. So it sounds a little bit different, which I find interesting. There we go. One of the things that I added on both the original Wilgamat as well as this Wilgamat is off of the bass generator circuit. There are 4 different octaves of square waves, and I took those and ran them through a decoupling capacitor and to make a symmetrical waveform. And basically it's a square wave of different octaves, and it's selected with this rotary switch that follows the bass line. So I will demonstrate that. This also has the fill-in. So yeah, the fill-in is something that you don't normally see on here, but it's something that's easily modified. There's a remote control interface, and this is the inside of it on this one. So it's basically shorting pins 1 and 2 on here, this little DIN interface, and then when you short those 2 pins, it'll go into fill-in, and then you just wire that to a momentary switch. That's the one I used on here, and this is the one I used on here. And the patching out, we decided to, there's not much real estate, as you can see, inside the machine. Not much for putting the output jacks. You could put them here. We had talked about that. There's the circuit called Elka Song that we were going to use, but mainly the graphics, the font looks so cool. So that was left. I left it on mine and left it on this one. And on the keyboard interface, originally it was this type of connector, and replaced it with DB25. So it's just a standard DB25 cable that goes between the keyboard and the Wilgamat. The keyboard itself I cut with a CNC machine, and it's all made out of wood. This is nice cherry hardwood on the sides. Everything else is made of aspen hardwood, and it took me like 2 months to build. I think this one took me many months, but you know, that was like 15 years ago almost. So this is the Elka Wilgamat. Hope you enjoy.